Just some practice notes from yesterday. For whatever it's worth, Payton Thorne was first up, doing the handoffs and throwing to the receivers and doing the RPO drills. Maybe there's some question of whether he or Hank Brown starts on Saturday. I believe it will be Payton Thorne. I think, we've seen enough to say, he gives us the best chance to win. You might say pull the red shirt off Walker White, but if that was even a possibility, I don't think he'd be running the scout team.
Yeah, let me say this. I understand because I heard a lot of the phone calls Monday, right? Just throw Walker White in there. It can't get any worse. It can. It can. And then you also take the chance on, ruining a promising young player by destroying his confidence if he's not
we've
ready,
done that before, too.
Yeah, so look, Payton Thorne right now, I think, is your best opportunity to win games. He's got to make better decisions with the football. And that's just, he's got to do it.
All right, Cam Coleman was not. He was in a regular jersey, not a non-contact jersey, although they'd still say he's not 100%, and the shoulder is bothering him a little bit. Probably going to bother him for the rest of the year, to be perfectly honest, when you have something like that happen. So hopefully, he can fight through it. And if not, sit him down for a game. I mean, I know he's great, and I'd love to see him, but you got some other guys. Let's try to get some guys in there. What's happened to Sam Jackson? All I heard about him was how good he could be, and he had some, a touchdown catch in the first game and disappears. DeMarcus Riddick was working with the edge rushers, freshman linebacker. Maybe we could see him in some kind of hybrid role, rushing the passer in the next couple of games. That's something interesting to watch. All right, JJ, who said it? Who said it?
Okay.
Nobody is throwing anybody away from a player standpoint. We've got to get guys better. We've got to develop them. We've got to do a great job of putting them in a successful position, and we've got to execute within there too. Sometimes, again, there's some real opportunities there. We're not making the right decisions consistently, and it's hard to get into a good rhythm. It's hard to have confidence when you're not doing the things you need to do from decision-making within the game. Maybe this will give us a better chance moving forward talking about a quarterback change.
I'm assuming Hugh Freeze.
That would be Brett Venables that said
okay.
that.
Yeah.
It's the same. It sounds like they're the same team.
Yeah, well, let me say this. I did not – now, I wasn't as upset by it as Bo Wallace was, but I was not real happy with some of Hugh's comments after the game and then at the press conference. The if we play them 10 times, we beat them 9. Don't say that. The team just came to your house and beat you. So don't go out there and tell everybody how much better you are than they are, because you're not. Because you're not. The scoreboard says differently, right? And then I didn't particularly care for the, hey, we've got guys running open and we're running the ball and they're just screwing it up. Like I'm coaching really well and they're screwing up my plays. People will use that against you in recruiting, believe it or not. But they, you gotta lay off of those comments. I know it's frustrating when you feel like you've got the right play and the guy just misses it, right? But at the same time, you're the coach. Your job is to go out there and go, hey, look, didn't put him in a good enough position. We're making some bad decisions. I've got to coach that out of him. I've got to coach him into better decisions.
Now, if you listen to his press conference, he does say that.
I know.
He just says both of those things.
Right.
Now, he's on, but I have to defend him in that he's only saying what everybody else sees. And when he says, those guys, but he always qualifies it by saying, it starts with coaches. We're obviously not coaching the quarterbacks very well right now, and we got to start doing that. That's just nobody. That's the second thing he says, and nobody seems to.
Right. You got to, but you got, as the head coach, one thing that a fan base is going to demand of you is you always take ultimate responsibility.
Absolutely.